All right, y'all. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome back to Hebrew Chosen Elect Shabbat reading. Picking back up this week again in the book of Exodus, chapter 24. We'll try to get through to chapter 30, but probably won't make it that far. But uh, you know, we get as far as we can. Go through this book of the law. Um, you know. Reading as we do every Shabbat. Before we get started, let me go to our announcements and go through our regular announcements, then get started in the reading. And while I share my screen, pull that up, as usual, want to start off by giving all praise, glory, honor to Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Father, and Yahweh Shai being the name of his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First announcements, upcoming new moons and high holy days. Here at Hebrew Chosen Elect, we will be celebrating the next new moon. We just had one, so August 24th. Next new moon we'll be celebrating will be August 24th at sundown. Next high holy days. Next high holy days will be where are we on? Feast of Trumpets. So our next high holy day will be Feast of Trumpets, September the 23rd. It says 28th, but it's 23rd, September the 23rd at sundown. So if you watch online, like to come out, keep the high holy days, new moons with us, get in contact, and we can get you the information to come and keep these high holy days with us. Especially with the world got their folly days, it's important for us coming into the truth, being Hebrew Israelites, to keep the Most High's high holy days and new moons, and celebrate according to the way that the Most High ordained, right? So like I said, you can get in contact with us through Facebook Messenger. You can contact me at We Are Israel, Gemara Yasha'Allah. You can contact Yakanan at Brandon Daniels, Yakanan Maccabee Yasha'Allah. If you have questions, like I said, you want to come and join us for class or our high holy celebrations, you can contact us that way. Or also, if you want to get our direct lines, our phone numbers, just hit us up on Messenger and ask for the number. We shoot you the number. But any questions, concerns, if you need counsel, feel free to contact us, right? Also, if you're not a part of Facebook already, please join our Facebook group, The Rise of the Chosen. Also, you can follow us on YouTube. We ask that you like, share, subscribe to our channels and videos at HCE Red Pill Reality and HCE Reloaded. And they're both on the screen. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started with our reading. Picking back up in the book of Exodus, chapter 20. I think I said 23, but we're at Exodus chapter 24. I said 23 first?
No.
Oh, okay, copy. But yeah, back Exodus chapter 24 and verse 1. You can go ahead and bring that out.
The book of Exodus, chapter 24. And he said unto Moses, Come up unto Yahweh, thou and Aaron and Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off. And Moses alone shall come near to Yahweh, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahweh and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which Yahweh have said will we do. It's like, and Moses wrote all the words of Yahweh.
Once again, this is where you see us agreeing to the contract. We already dealt with it in previous chapters, but once again, this new covenant that everybody thinks we're in, when have we agreed to the new covenant, received the so-called new rules, which there aren't none, but if there were new rules, because they say Christ brought new commandments, the older done away with. If all these things, if we're in these new covenant, we have all these new laws, when did we go and receive them as a whole nation and agree to them? We didn't. We never did. But you see, when we came into this so-called old covenant, that's what happened. We was in the wilderness. We were given these laws. We was given the agreement, and we agreed to it. We verbally agreed to it. We signed our name on the dotted line, because with the Most High, he don't need paper. You don't need paper. Once you voice it, you say it, it's a vow, you held to it. It's a contract. So
your word is bond.
Your word is bond. So with the so-called the new laws, the new covenant, this hasn't happened. So just, not to go back in depth with it, we already touched on it. Just once again, it shows like we agreed to this contract. We haven't been in the wilderness, agreed to a new one, and like we brought out in previous class, right now we in punishment, which means we're right now waiting for a contract. We're not in it because it came with conditions of obedience. So just showing again, we agreed to this contract. Go ahead.
And Moses alone shall come near Yahweh, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahweh and all the judgments, and all the answered with one voice and said, all the words which Yahweh have said will we do. And Moses wrote all the words of Yahweh and rose up early in the morning and builded an altar under the hill and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel.
So he said Moses wrote all the words of Yahweh. So even though it's called the law of Moses, and now Jesus brought something new. No, it was always the word of the Most High. It was always the word of the Father. The Father sent that word through Moses. So it was never like Moses' own thing, his own law. Now, okay, Jesus, he's a prophet of the Most High, and now he got a new law. No, everything that Moses brought was the Most High Yahweh used him, and he brought what Yahweh was bringing. Same with the prophets, same with Christ. Go ahead.
And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offer burnt offerings and sacrifice peace offerings of oxen unto Yahweh. And Moses took half of the blood and put it on in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, all that Yahweh have said will we do.
Once again, like we over and over, we didn't just sign this contract one time. We signed it a few times. All these words we will do, right? And it's also, yet you see, we haven't even got to sacrifices, right, for sin or atonements for sin. Why? Because we was never supposed to break these things. So it was never this that would be done away with. Christ didn't come to fulfill this, and you don't got to do it. These are the things we agreed that we would be obedient. So everything that came after, that was for disobedience. Go ahead.
Everything Yahweh have said we will do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant, which Yahweh have made with you concerning all these words. Then went up Moses and Aaron Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. And they saw Yahweh, the power of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were, the body of heaven in his clearness. And upon the nobles of the children of
quick,
Israel.
hold on. Did they see the Most High? Anybody? No, because no man has seen the Most High, right? But what did they see? When you look it up in the Hebrew, the God, where they seen God, they saw the Allahite. So they saw the powers, right? Not the Most High. Go ahead. What verse we at?
11.
Verse 11. You read it yet?
And upon the nobles of the children of Israel, he laid not his hand also. They saw Yahweh and did eat and drink.
So actually they saw the
Allahite.
Allahite and did eat and drink. So just a couple of examples. What they saw was the Allahite, also similar to other verses, other instances in scripture, which was 1st, 2nd Kings 6, 15 to 17, just to show that, you know, select chosen men, right? Sometimes the Most High will reveal to them the powers that be around us, the angels, which is the Allahite, you know, because he's good for now. If he starts, I don't know how he got out here, but also that gate's open. So yeah, make sure he does. If he leaves, he doesn't take him in. But yeah, are we there? So, you know, and that's something to remember, right? When you're facing your battles or you're walking, you're in the world. You're in the world, and you know, maybe you feel like you ain't got nobody. Maybe you feel like you're the only person that knows what you know, believes what you believe. Like, I don't know no other Israelite. It's only me, myself, and I. What this shows us, and what it should give you comfort in, is that the powers, the angels, they always, that's good. The angels is always there, right? And I believe it's Elisha. He has to show another Israelite this same thing, 2nd Kings. Bring that up. But this is the same thing happened here. This is what's happening in the wilderness. These select men are being brought with Moses, not to see the Most High, but the Allahite, the powers, the angels. Who got it?
Me.
All right. Step up, though, so you can be heard online. Yeah, I've been said it twice. 2nd Kings 6, verse 15 to 17. Try to read it loud as you can.
And when the servant of the men
A little louder.
And when the servant of the men of God was risen earlier,
right,
and gone forth,
behold,
and host,
a host, compassed, yep, or compassed, right,
both with horses and
chariots.
And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master. How shall we do?
How shall we do? Because there's an army encircling the sea. He thinks it's just them. Like, how are we going to face this host? Right? Go ahead.
And he answered, Fear not for thine.
For they
that be with us
yep.
are more than they that be with them.
So he said, don't worry, they that be with us are more than they that be with them. But who? He's wondering who. Go ahead. Verse 17.
And I shall.
Elisha, go ahead. Elisha prayed.
I said, Lord, I pray. Lord,
he said, Yahweh, I pray thee. Go ahead.
He opened his eyes
that
he may see.
And Yahweh
opened the eyes of the young man.
He opened the eyes of the young man.
And he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about him.
So he opened his eyes and he saw that the army of the Most High around. He saw the angels is around. So this host of the adversaries, the enemy, the flesh of men that's surrounding the sea, it's nothing to worry about because the angels is there to protect us, right? Also, Luke 2, verse 8 to 14.
One of y'all should already be grabbing the next scripture when y'all see it on the
Yeah,
screen.
so, and this is like, you gotta be quick, you gotta be on it. But this is why it's important, man, to always be obedient. That way, you have that comfort that these angels that surround you, and you can't see them, they there, but they there for your protection. They there for your good, right?
And this is also something we can use in Genesis when it says, "Let us create man," because that wasn't the actual Most High; that was the host of heaven, and the angels, right?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
the word is different. When you
And
go to the words, it's Elohim or Elohim,
right,
versus the YHWH, which
Yeah.
is the Most High.
yeah, exactly. Even like when it said, that whole creation story, is using Elohim instead of Yahweh. So kind of definitely, and then that's where like now you can link up. So Yahweh was first creation and created everything, and okay, he created these powers, and it's him and the angels is creating everything else. So yeah. Who got it?
Me.
Let one of them get it.
The book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 8.
Yeah. Let's go get it.
Bring it out.
And there were
Loud.
and there were in the same country shepherds abided in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night.
Mm-hmm.
And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone around about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people.
Mm-hmm. And this is the angel letting the shepherds know about Yahweh's birth. Go ahead.
For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in
Swaddling.
Swaddling clothes.
Clothes, lying in a manger.
Manger.
Manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly hosts praising God.
So suddenly it was the angel, and then appeared also the host, the Elohim. Go ahead.
And saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men.
So you can drop that. So just two examples of the same thing going on. So in the wilderness, because the only people it's going to show it, but the only people that go and actually converse with the Most High is Moses, and who else? Who else gets to go and converse with the Most High? Even with that, he's conversing with an angel, not the actual Yahweh, right? Not actually Yahweh. So who goes up with Moses? Anybody know off top? Who? Moses is allowed to come up and speak directly to the angel, and who else?
Aaron.
Joshua. Aaron don't get that. Joshua does, right? I can't hear you. Yeah, but I'm talking about now. But with Moses. Yeah. So yeah, verse 12, back at chapter 24, Exodus.
The book of Exodus, chapter 24, verse 12. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Come up to me into the mount and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses rose up, and his minister Joshua, and Moses went up into the mount of Yahweh. He said unto the elders, tarry ye here for us, until we come again unto you. And behold, Aaron and Hur are with you. If any man have any matters to do, let him come unto thee. And Moses went up into the mount, and a cloud covered the mount. And the glory of Yahweh abode upon Mount Sinai. And the cloud covered it 6 days. And the 7th day he called unto Moses out of the midst of the cloud. And the sight of the glory of Yahweh was like a devouring fire on the top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel. And Moses went into the midst of the cloud and gat him up into the mount. And Moses was in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. Mm-hmm. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying,
next chapter.
It's like the book of Exodus, chapter 25. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, that ye bring me an offering of every man that giveth it willingly. With his heart ye shall take my offering.
So that's the important part too. So the Most High, he said, speak to them, and that they bring me an offering of a willing heart. So he didn't want to. Basically, this lets you know this offering wasn't for him as if he needs anything, and it also wasn't a commandment like you got to bring it no matter what. If it's not willingly, don't bring it at all. And it's kind of like when you come into the truth, you need to come in willingly. I mean, I'm being a little facetious here, or not at all, but really it's you need to come in. But why I say that? Because if you come in and it's not willingly, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Who knows? Take a wild guess. Anybody? If you come into the truth, you're going to fall out. Exactly. If it's not with a willing heart, you're going to eventually be weeded out. And we see that happening all the time. Our elders have told us about it. Now, us in this day, we see it ourselves, right? See it with top YouTube leaders, right? Camp leaders. They get big and they fall out. And a lot of times they'll say there's no truth, but the actions don't show in the truth. The action, like you've been saying you're in the truth, but your actions don't back it. Your actions are showing what? Where your heart is, what your will was. So if you come in and you're not coming in willingly, you need to find that will to be in this thing. So that's why I said facetiously, come in or not at all. No, you still need to be in, but you need to start trying to find within yourself that will to do this. Because if it's not willingly, you're in a dangerous spot. You're in that spot that Yahushua talked about being 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or lukewarm, or cold or hot. I'd rather you be hot. Lukewarm is the same as cold. That's what it is. That's where you're at when you're in this and you're following the Bible, but it's not willingly, right? So yeah, he said, tell every man to bring me an offering, but willingly from his heart. You can't overpass that, right? Unless you got something else, we'll get back.
Yeah, like when you in this thing, you even got to present yourself as the sacrifice. And in a leadership role, we all are leaders. You got to look at yourself as a leader. So you got to take the oversight with a willing heart, too. Can't nobody be forcing you to do this. You got to stand up and take the role. You know what I mean? As brothers and sisters in this truth, because people are looking at your light shine forth. You know what I mean? And a lot of the people in the Gentile state of mind. And if you're not willing to be out there, especially as young men, other young men see y'all out there, that's why I tell y'all, we need y'all out there with us. So they come in this thing and they like, yo, this is the right thing to do. You know what I mean? It ain't right to be just your average nigga on the street. It's time for us to stand up and be real men. We got enough basketball players and rappers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And not to say that you can't play basketball, you can. Because that, most I never said there's anything wrong with that.
Nah.
But your first thing that you're given to, your most important priority is supposed to be him first. Then the other things, and even y'all this young, y'all are leaders too. You're not in the position of leadership, but you are a young leader. That's what you're being raised to be, and you can be that now by being an example. And just a quick precept. Let's go to 1 Timothy 4:12, because like the world is in darkness. So even if you're not in a position of leadership in an organization, the fact that you was given this gift of the knowledge of the Most High's will, that automatically makes you a leader. You're already a leader because you have something that the world doesn't have. You've been drawn out for a purpose, and that's to be an example to the unbelievers, like this scripture says.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word and conversation.
So hold on real quick. I'm trying to pull it up too. Don't go too fast. So let no man despise thy youth. Just going into that, I'm speaking to the youth right now, but also to the adults, to all of us. But it said, let no man despise thy youth, because some people look on youth. And I think that happens with a lot of us.
Yes.
Some people look on you being younger than them, being of a younger generation. And like, what can you show me? What can you teach me? What can I get from following you? You're just a youth. The scriptures say, huh?
I can speak to anybody.
Right. Exactly. And the scriptures let us know, let no man despise thy youth. But instead, go ahead.
Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers.
So be a what?
An example of the believers.
So be an example of the believers. How do you be an example of the believers? Huh?
Explains it like you read.
Yeah, but before I want to
You want
see,
one of
I
them to
want
answer.
somebody to answer, see if they know it without us reading.
How do you be an example of the believers?
So let me
How
help
do
out.
you
Let me
be
help
ex-
out a little bit. So what do we believe in? Huh? The Most High, right? And with believing in the Most High, we believe in what? What do we always emphasize? The Bible. So what's written in it, the commandments, the laws of God, right? So how are you a believer? How are you an example of believers, those believers? Anybody? Right. By actually being a doer and follower of the commandments. And then with that, you're automatically going to be seen doing some things different than others. At least some things, if not a lot. But people going to be like, even the shirts. The shirts always get some type of question from somebody somewhere. Hey, what's up with your shirt? What's those things on the bottom? Right? Some people even say, what's that skirt? Like, I know, like, and I think that's just because nowadays anything counts. I'm talking about world people, maybe anything counts as a skirt. A woman might walk out with a skirt this short, but right. But this ain't a skirt. It's fringes. But even that question, now you can edify on that. Yeah, this is not a skirt. I don't know if you want to really go in depth with like definitions, but it's not a skirt. Uh-huh.
Playing basketball with people, and then they all say we're going to go to this club or we're going to go get something to drink.
Right.
You show yourself worthy by letting them know you're not
Mm-hmm.
going to do that and why you're not.
Exactly, because where they want to go might be somewhere that's like ratchet or just off, and you like, nah, I'm not going there. And then you might be like, and it's not like now that you're in the truth, you can't do the things that you would do at the bar. Like, I'm not trying to go there. How about we go over here and we just kick it over here? How about we just grab some drinks, turn the grill on, and we don't go to that lounge because I've been hearing things about that lounge. Whatever. Like, I don't think I should go there. Why not? And it leads into that. You're an example of not being a part of the world, right? And that just shows through being that example, you are leading. You're a leader in your community. You're a leader amongst who you hang out with, where you know the things you do. You play basketball, like you said, you're at the court, and after the game, let's go out, let's get women, let's get drinks, and you're not on that. You're an example. You're not following. You're setting a standard. So now it's they can either follow you, or you can follow them, or you can keep the standard. And like what water and vinegar don't mix.
Water, oil.
Water and oil don't mix. Well, you can be the oil, and they just don't be the water. But the scriptures say, because of your age, it doesn't change nothing. You can still be a leader by being this example. And then also by your actions, and it's going to tell us, like Yaakov said. So, not you. Who was on it? Oh, you was on it. My bad.
Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity.
So those are a few things. Your conversation is different. Like, you're just not. You're not talking about the same things that everybody else is. You're not just like you listen to podcasts or maybe watching like. Anybody ever watch No Jumper? Anybody else?
I've seen it before.
Either way, it's popular. That's why I asked. And it's a platform where gangbangers come on and talk about the life of gangbanging, or rappers telling on themselves, or rappers. I've even seen like that Family Matters actor come on with a tranny girlfriend.
There's some clarity.
Different people of the world this in wickedness, right? And they come on. They just come on to talk. So they're talking about things that have nothing to do with God, that's of the world. They're glorifying all the evils of the world. They're glorifying gang banging. They're glorifying, what I just say, trannies, the freedom to choose, all the different things of the flesh, all the different things of the world. And that's what their conversation is in. But your conversation is different. You're not in the break room talking about strippers and how many different women you bang or whatever. Your conversation is different, right? Charity is an example of goodwill, the spirit and faith and impurity. Just all going back to you're obedient to the word. You love your brothers yourself. And you're just different. It's obvious. It's that light. The lights come on, and you're that light, and that light shines in darkness. That's all it's showing. Verse 13. You want me to finish?
I got it. Verse 18. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine.
So even though you're a youth, you can be in the book, you can be studying, you can be getting to understand, you can be exhorting, and you can be, you learn the doctrine, and now you can share the doctrine. I'm talking about that doctrine of coming back to the laws. You can break down the lies of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like all the different lies that Christianity and the world is taught. Now you can share what you know with others. It don't matter that you're young, right? That's being a leader.
Watch lessons so you can know what's being taught. If you can spend time on a video game, you can spend time watching a lesson or two.
Right. You can break down you can break down off of Madden how to run an NFL offense. And you can be 12 years old. So you can, at 12 years old, you can be able to break down Christ was black. You can be able to break down that we do got to follow the laws of God. you can break down how silly it is, the idea that you don't gotta follow. Have one God, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal. All these are lies that grown men come out of their mouth and say are done away with, but in the same sentence would say, "Nah, you can't go kill my brother or sister. That'd be wicked." Okay, you see, even a 12-year-old, even in youth, you can understand these things and you can break them down, right? That's being a leader. That's being that example. Go ahead, finish with 14. We'll go back.
Verse 14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy.
So neglect not. This gift was given to you by prophecy. Not only was it prophesied by the prophets, but prophecy also means teaching. This was given to you by teaching. The Most High woke up somebody to wake me up, to teach me, right? And then I have the ability, now I can teach someone else, right? Neglect not that gift. You was given this gift, don't neglect it. Go ahead.
With the laying on of the hands of the presbytery.
Con. And we can go drop that and go back.
Hold up, you even got 15?
Oh, go ahead.
Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all.
Exactly. And what profiting? What profiting will appear to all? I'm gonna tell you one major thing that profits from this. Peace in your life. Peace in your life. Everybody goes through things, right? You might go through deaths in your family. You might go through sickness. You might go through being broke. You might go through being broke and then your car breaking down, your lights getting cut off, all types of things in a week where other people, they lose their mind about it. You don't. Because when you do this, when you give yourself to the Most High and walk in this walk, you get peace. So you can suffer these things. You learn patience, long suffering, how to endure trials by fire, right? And it said that that profiting would appear to all, because it will. It will. You got anything else?
No, that's about it.
All right, let's go back. Any questions? All right.
We're at 14.
We was at 25 and where we leave off? 3? 25 and 3. What?
And this is the offering which ye shall take of them: gold and silver and brass, and blue and purple, and scarlet, and fine linen and goat hair, and ram skins dyed red, and badger skins, and shittim wood, oil for the lights, spice for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod, and in the breastplate, and let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, according to all that I show thee.
And then also, so this offering was for a purpose. He's about to give us he's about to have us make the things for the ministry, the things for the worship, the tabernacle, and all the things that come in it. And how so? By everybody chipping in, right? Just to show that we should all be putting our brick in to help, further this truth. We should all put our brick in to, anybody. If you're part of a camp, you're part of a school, right? We all have to chip in. This thing should never be one person's, the weight should never be on one person's back, two people's back. We all got to put in because we all together for a common goal. And that's what's happening here. He's telling us to bring willingly and all these things, that the purpose of these offerings is. So he's about to have the priests given their garments, all the things for the tabernacle, to be able to have this place for us to come and worship the Most High, right? Go ahead.
And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, according to all I show thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the instruments thereof. Even so shall ye make it.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall make an ark of shittim wood,
So
2 cubits.
First, he's going to tell us to make the ark. So we bring an offering so we can make this ark, and he's going to give us the way to make it. Go ahead. And if you see on the screen, this is artistic rendition of what we're about to read. Go ahead.
And they shall make an ark of shittim wood, 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, within and without shalt thou overlay it.
You say cubit. What's a cubit? Cubit in modern
It's like 14 inches.
day inches. Cubit about 18 to 22. So let's say a foot and a half, and it said 2.5. The length, for example.
2 cubits.
So that would be like
44 inches.
about 6, a foot and a half times 2. That's 3 feet. No, it says a foot and a half for 1 cubit. So 2 cubits be 3 feet. So that was the what? The length. But the part you read, that's the length.
And they shall make it an ark of the shittim wood, 2 cubits and a half shall it be the length thereof.
The length. So 3 feet. It's about 4 feet. Almost 4 feet. So it's about, almost the length of this table. This one, right? Go ahead. That's the ark of the covenant.
And a cubit and a half the breadth thereof. So, and a half the height thereof. And Salakia. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, within and without. Shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make upon it a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof. And 2 rings shall be in the one side of it, and 2 rings in the other side of it. And thou shalt make staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And thou shalt put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, that the ark may become with them, may be born with them. The staves shall be in the rings of the ark, they shall not be taken from it. And thou shalt put into the ark the testimony which I shall give thee. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold, 2 cubits and a half shall it be the length.
Yeah. What's the testimony?
Thereof.
What's the testimony? What's the commandments? Right, covenant, the commandments. So that was to go into the ark. Go ahead.
And thou shalt make a mercy seat of the pure gold, 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and the cubit and a half the breadth thereof.
And the seat is just that top enclosure or whatever, right? That's what it's talking about. So it would be the same length and width as the ark. Go ahead.
And thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold, of beaten work.
Like angels. Go ahead.
Of beaten work shalt thou make them in the 2 ends of the mercy seat. And make one cherubim on the one end, and the other cherubim on the other end. Even of the mercy seat shall ye make the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof.
A quick question. Where do we...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you say something. I just got a quick question because I brought it out at camp earlier.
That's what I was.
I got $100 for anybody that can show where God ever said, gave us the lengths, the diameters, and the instruction on how to make a cross. Anybody, going once, going twice. But he did give us instructions on how to make things, but never a cross. So why do we wear it today? That's idolatry. Like he gave us, told us what to make, and that was it. What he said make, other than that, you making stuff and carrying it around your neck, and that's how you're in touch with God. That's idolatry.
Okay, I got another question.
Uh-huh.
These cherubims are made of the likeness of things that are something that may be in heaven. Are these cherubims a graven image? Anybody? Are these cherubims a graven image?
Technically,
And why or why not are they a graven image?
Well,
Are
did
they
anybody
graven
answer?
images?
I'm saying technically it is.
I'm saying it's not.
Well, it's not what the commandment's saying don't make.
No, but I'm saying it's the graven image. What makes it a graven image if you say it's a graven image?
So I say it's a graven image because it's created. It's an image created by man's hands, and you can bow down to it.
But that's where I'm getting at. It's
But-
not a graven image because we're not bowing down and worshiping it.
Yeah, but that don't mean somebody else won't.
But that's not what it's for you to bow down and
Of
worship.
course.
So it's not a graven image.
Well, what is a graven image?
A graven image is something that you bow down and worship.
Made how?
Made by man's hands that you would bow down and worship.
So technically,
So it wouldn't be because you're not bowing down to worship. That's why it's not a graven image.
Well,
I think we're gonna go back and forth with
yeah,
that one because
it's still a graven image.
like it's not an idol.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's we're saying the same thing, but we're saying it's graven in its image. But right,
Yeah.
what makes it not against the commandment is what you're saying. And go ahead.
Watching that movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, they made it a graven image to bow down to. They didn't technically bow down to it in the movie, but if you watch that movie, you know what I'm saying? Like they looking at it not for what it really is. They want to worship it.
They made it an idol.
Yeah, like an idol. Yeah,
they've made an idol like because what we're saying is like you know the action figures. Those are graven images. But they're just toys until they're bowed down to. Then they're idols. But I mean but I knew where you was going. You can't say it's you're gonna strike people's chords if you just say it's not a graven image now. They're gonna be like,
But you
okay,
gotta
how'd
look
you
up
make
the
it?
definition
Right?
of what a graven image is.
Uh,
It's gonna say that you would bow down and worship it.
Yeah.
So you're not bowing down to worship it.
yeah.
There you go. It's not a graven image.
Yeah.
According to
Either way,
scriptures.
what makes it not that? What makes it not that though?
Because
You're not
bound
bound
to
down
worship.
to it, and we was instructed to make.
Yeah.
We was
That's it.
instructed to make that, and like you said, why it's an example of something in the heavens, and also think about what does that symbolize? If this is the two angels, and this is where the Most High's presence is going to be, what else? It symbolizes what? In the heavens,
yeah.
he's got
Mercy.
the angel on the right hand, the angel on the left. Right. And also, if you really want to go in depth, it symbolizes yourself too. In yourself, where is the Most High's presence? In your mind, what's on the right and left? Good and evil. Paul said, when I would do good, there's evil always there. It also, if you want to go deep, it can symbolize that. Like, and then what's the Holy of Holies? Your mind, where your spirit dwells. Your spirit's on the mercy seat of your mind. Then you got to choose from the left-handed angels. Left-handed angels doing right, doing the flesh, and then the right-handed, which is doing the spirit.
Even the brain, different sides got different functions. Like it's
Right.
not just all one. You know what I mean? Like one left side do one thing, right side do another.
Mm-hmm. And then that's why it's weird, but this don't make people wicked. But that's why it'd be weird though when some people are left-handed, because like that's not usual. But
But that's
I don't think it's necessarily about anything. Like the same way, like I think that's something you just learned. The same way you can't say a gay person. They try to say I was born that way. Nah, you learn. Just like if I'm left-handed, I just picked up the left hand in kindergarten, and I started writing with the left hand, and now everything's good on the left side. You know. But I think what's natural though is the right hand, just to go with your point of like even both sides, like you said, have different functions. Yeah, and most of the time you see people naturally use the right side. And then what's the good side with the heavenly host? The right side. The right side is always representing the good. The left side, the bad. Now we're gonna have to do a study though. Maybe these left-handed cats is wicked by percentage, mostly. We're gonna have to do that one day. I'm gonna put my money. We're gonna even wager. I'm gonna bet that like 70% is wicked as hell. Gotta watch out for them left-handed cats. Yeah, they pretend to be your friend. They up in your refrigerator when you ain't looking. Up in your closet. Up in your closet. They still in the pair of sneakers at the bottom of the pile. You don't even notice they gone till like 3 months later. It's that left-handed cat. I'm telling you. But go ahead.
Also, we're talking about things like the cobblestone, the Muslims.
What about it?
Something that is a graven image which they do bow down with the intent to worship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just a cross.
Yeah, not just a cross. No, kind. Yeah, because they, hammer and whatever went to it. It was fashion, kind, and some people they bow down to it. Like, can you build a temple that's shaped like a square? To go study in, to go have class in? Yeah, ain't nothing wicked about that. Until you make it a house of idols and everybody bowing down to the building. Yeah, that's what makes it wicked. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And the cherubim shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings. And their faces shall look one to another toward the mercy seat, shall the faces of the cherubims be. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark. And in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I shall give thee. And there I will meet thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat, from between the two cherubims, which are upon the ark of the testimony of all things, which I will give thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. Thou shalt also make a table of shittim wood. 2 cubits shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold. And
What verse we have, Room
24.
Oh, Salaki. Okay. Now we on the table, right? Okay.
Gone.
So this is the image of the showbread we about to read. Table of showbread we about to read about. Go ahead.
And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, and make thereunto a crown of gold around about it. And thou shalt make unto it a border of an hand breadth round about, and thou shalt make a golden crown to the border thereof round about. And thou shalt make for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the 4 corners that are on the 4 feet thereof. Over against the border shall the rings of the places of the staves to bear the table. And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, that the table may be borne with them. And thou shalt make the dishes thereof, and spoons thereof, and covers thereof, and bowls thereof, to cover withal. Of pure gold shalt thou make them.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt set upon the table showbread before me always.
Mm-hmm. And we notice, like, with all the things for the use of the sanctuary and the use of worship in the ministry, he's very specific. He doesn't really leave any details out, does he? Go ahead. There's something to take note of.
And the candles and thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold. A beaten work shall the candlestick be made. His shaft and his branches and his bowls, his knops and his flowers shall be of the same.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 branches shall come out of the sides of it, 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side. 3 bowls made like unto almonds, with a knot and a flower in one branch, and 3 bowls made like almonds in the other branch, with a knot and a flower. So in the 6 branches that come out of the candlestick, and in the candlestick shall be 4 bowls made like unto almonds, with their knops and their flowers. And there shall be a knot under 2 branches of the same, and a knot under 2 branches of the same, and a knot under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick. Their knops and their branches shall be of the same. All it shall be one beaten work of pure gold. And thou shalt make the 7 lamps thereof, and they shall light the lamps thereof, that they may give light over against it. And the tongs thereof and the snuff dishes thereof shall be of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold shall he make it with all these vessels, and look that thou make them after their pattern, which will show thee in the mountains.
Go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 26, verse 1. Moreover, thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen and blue and purple and scarlet. With cherubims of the cunning work shalt thou make them. The length of one curtain shall be 8 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits, and every one of the curtains shall leave one measure. The 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another, and other 5 curtains shall be coupled one to another. And thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of the one curtain from the selvage in the coupling, and likewise shalt thou make in the uttermost edge of another curtain in the coupling of the second. 50 loops shalt thou make in the one curtain, and 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain that is in the coupling of the second, that the loops may take hold of one another. And thou shalt make 50 taches of gold, and couple the curtains together with the taches, and it shall be one tabernacle. And thou shalt make curtains of goat's hair to be a covering upon the tabernacle. 11 curtains shalt thou make. The length of the one curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits. And the 11 curtains shall be all of one measure. And thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and shalt double the 6th curtain in the forefront of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make 50 loops on the edge of the one curtain that is outmost in the coupling, and 50 loops in the edge of the curtain which thou coupleth the second. And thou shalt make 50 taches of brass, and put the taches unto the loops, and couple the tent together, that it may be one. And the remnant of that remaineth of the curtains of the tent, the half curtain that remaineth shall hang over the backside of the tabernacle, and a cubit on the one side, and the cubit on the other side, of the which remaineth in length of the curtains of the tent. It shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle on the side and on that side to cover it. And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and covering above a badger skin.
Tedious work.
Yeah, tedious work.
That's how I ain't playing.
Yeah.
Going in.
Detail too.
Yeah.
It's got to be 50. It's got to be the exact number. Everything got to be on point. And then this is a tent. when
Well, it's a huge,
when it's a huge one.
sophisticated tent.
Yeah, and when it's time to move, cats gotta take it down, keep track of all the parts, all the curtains, and they gotta like and transport this thing and rear it back up
Yeah,
when we stop again.
Yeah.
it's a lot.
And thou shalt make boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood standing up. 10 cubits shall be the length of the board, and the cubit and a half shall be the breadth of the one board. 2 tenons shall there be in one board, set in order, one against another. Thus shalt thou make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards on the south side southward. And thou shalt make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under the board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle on the north side, there shall be 20 boards. And there 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward, thou shalt make 6 boards, and 2 boards shalt thou make for the corner of the tabernacle in the 2 sides, and they shall be coupled together beneath, and they shall be coupled together above the head of it unto one ring. Thus shall it be for them both. They shall be for the 2 corners, and they shall be 8 boards, and there shall and their sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the side of the tabernacle for the 2 sides westward. And the middle bar in the midst of the boards shall reach from end to end.
And this is a good picture on the screen. All these different boards crossing to keep this thing up, keep it protected from the different elements. This is a good image of that. Just to give something to think about what we're reading, to visualize. Go ahead.
And thou shalt overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold for places for the bars, and thou shalt overlay the bars with gold. And thou shalt rear up the tabernacle according to the fashion thereof, which was showed thee in the mount. And thou shalt make a veil of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine twined linen of cunning work. With cherubim shall it be made. Thou shalt hang it upon 4 pillars of shittim wood overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold upon the 4 sockets of silver. And thou shalt hang up the yale under the taches, that thou mayest bring in thither within the veil the ark of the testimony, and the veil shall divide into you between the holy places and the most holy.
Mm-hmm. So, because both this whole tabernacle was holy, couldn't just anybody come in here. So then you had the holy, and then the holiest of holies, and that's on the screen. So the holiest of holies, and the holy, and the veil between it. Go ahead.
And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. And thou shalt set the table without the veil, and the candlestick over against the table on the side of the tabernacle toward the south. And thou shalt put the table on the north side.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt make an hanging for the door of the tent of blue and purple and scarlet,
Mm-hmm.
and fine twined linen throughout with needlework. And thou shalt make for the hanging 5 pillars of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And their hooks shall be of gold, and thou shalt cast 5 sockets of brass for them.
So, everything had to be made specific, details. A lot of stuff going into this tabernacle.
Ain't
And
nobody
everything,
half-assed nothing.
no half.
Everything was done with pride. It was done for the Most High.
Mm-hmm. And even the arrangement, everything had to be set up this particular way. The ark in the Holy of Holies, the altar of incense, the table of showbread, and the candlestick had to be at the specific spots. Right?
Chapter
Showing
27.
what? Showing what?
That's how they plan.
He ain't playing, and he's dealing with order. He's dealing with order.
Also,
He's dealing with discipline. Go ahead. Yeah.
Also, it's showing in the ancient world that there has never been greater focus group, highly skilled workers in the history of humanity.
Right. Exactly. This took.
All facets.
Yep. First off, yeah, just that image, that tabernacle, that ain't your regular old tent. You just pop out and connect some what's that? Them little sticks you connect. Little metal sticks and pop it up. Nah.
These are the
This
people
was-
who built the temples and cities. for
Yeah.
Pharaoh.
Yeah, kind.
With
Exactly.
no nails and no hammers.
And then
They put these things together like it attached to each other. Yeah.
Still lost in their skill set.
and you see how
Locked in the way, like they
Yeah. The stuff locked into each other.
this thing ain't letting in rain. This ain't letting in dirt. Nothing from outside. It's basically a tent, but it's well built as any house. Right.
Yep. And it got all the colors of the Marshall Yasharala in there. You know what I mean? All the exact same colors throughout the whole tent.
Slovakia. When they built these, you don't go back and find polluted rivers like you find when Esau has a project
Huh.
and polluted lands. Because it has a negative effect to it. These are zero footprint projects.
Huh.
Mhm. Right. Like
Craftsman, true craftsmanship.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They took care to do these things. So that the Most High took care of them. Yeah, come on.
I'm just showing like without all this technology, you can still live like not like these cats out in the woods on the side of the off ramp to Walmart, wherever. Like you can live like we live today with the elements that it doesn't, what do you call it? The footprint. It don't destroy yeah, right.
There's no carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Right.
Con.
This an Israelite named Yeshua.
I saw him.
He lived in the wilderness and he built a house out of
Yeah.
all the elements of
Yeah.
the forest.
Yeah, I saw
And
it.
it looked pretty like good.
For one person, damn
Yeah,
right. That
yeah.
I'm looking at it like, man,
He lived off
teach
the
me.
land.
Yo,
Yeah, straight off the
like
land.
we gotta see if he's willing to come out to some tabernacles and look. Hey, just show us.
He got a whole house in the woods.
Teach us.
Living there for
I've seen a
years
lot
now.
of people do it
Yeah.
though, on Facebook too. I've seen a lot of people do it. Just take what they got around them and dig out some holes and level it off. Yep.
He got a
Make
whole-
make natural mortar
Yeah.
all out of the mud just around them.
And I saw him last video. I saw he had a fireplace for the house and he made it out of mud, natural mortar. Yep. Yeah, that's living it up. A lot of people don't see that as living it up. That's living it up.
You got paid to live.
You don't got paid later. Like, look,
You got
Coming-
bills.
yeah, and he got all the necessities. So, listen, that's how the wilderness is gonna be. Get ready, because look, once all the ain't no stores, ain't no factories no more. You in the wilderness, you're gonna start out with that tent that you got from Cabela's, that nice tent. But how long that thing gonna last before you gotta actually build from what's around it?
A couple years, maybe.
Maybe, but I don't know.
I said a couple. I mean like
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go back to it. Oh, you got a picture of it too.
Yeah.
Okay. That's falling apart. You gotta get new.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying not to let it go. Hold on.
It's like
This is my battle. This is battle tested.
that thing looked like it came out of antebellum. Straight past that.
I had this book since my son was a baby.
Yeah. Huh.
The book of Exodus, chapter 27, verse 1. Thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be 4 square, and the height thereof shall be 3 cubits. And thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. His horns shall be of the same. And thou shalt overlay it with brass. And thou shalt make his panes to receive his ashes, and his shovels, and his basins, and his flesh hooks, and his fire pans, all the vessels thereof thou shalt make of brass.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt make for it a grate of network of brass, and upon the net shalt thou make 4 brazen rings in the 4 corners thereof. And thou shalt put it under the compass of the altar beneath, that the net may be even to the midst of the altar. And thou shalt make staves for the altar, staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with brass. And the staves shall be put into the rings, and the staves shall be upon the 2 sides of the altar to bear it. Hollow with boards shalt thou make it, as it was showed thee in the mount. So shall they make it.
And even with this, at the same time, this altar was special. We're not supposed to duplicate it because remember we had read earlier back when we make an altar, don't even put a hammer to it. It had to be, y'all remember that? The altar, if we make an altar in our gates or whatever, it has to be out of rock, stone, and untouched. Right.
You couldn't like shake the stone.
Right. And this was exactly, yeah, kind of. And this is different. But only for the tabernacle. Go ahead.
And thou shalt make the court
Oh, this is for the courtyard.
of the tabernacle. For the south side, southward, there shall be hangings for the court of fine twined linen of 100 cubits long for one side, and the 20 pillars thereof, and their 20 sockets shall be of brass. The hooks of the pillars.
And what it's talking about is this surrounding area around the tabernacle. Y'all paying attention? Y'all paying attention? That's what it's talking about. So now even that has to be built with very specific instructions. Go ahead.
And the 20 pillars thereof, and their 20 sockets shall be of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. And likewise for the north side and length, there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long, and his 20 pillars and their 20 sockets of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. And for the breadth of the court of the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits. Their pillars 10.
Let me ask a question real quick. What if we wasn't paying attention? It was our job to make some of this. What would happen?
Well, I would hope we gotta live in it and use it. That
This ain't even. This is for to go around the tabernacle, and the Most High is saying these very specific things be done this way. So I got to be paying attention to the details, and I gotta be. I can't forget because what would happen if I forgot one of these details? It ain't gonna be right. I can't say what would happen, but why I ask that is because what happened to the guy that touched the ark when it started to tip over and he wasn't supposed to touch it? He died. So I just asked that question to say, it's important that us to pay attention to details because details matter with the Most High. And don't the details matter when you ask for something to get done? So we should be paying attention to the details. Like if I ask you to put up some drywall and I want the half-inch thick drywall, and you put up quarter-inch, and then you know it looks the same. No, it ain't the same because now I can just bust through it easier than if you had followed the instructions. So it's important that we follow instructions. It, you know, and especially y'all, I think, you know, y'all wonder why y'all get in trouble a lot. Sometimes y'all get in trouble because not following specific instructions, right? Ain't that when y'all get in trouble? When y'all don't follow instructions?
Or you half-ass something?
Half-ass something, you don't pay attention to the details? We should be paying attention to the details. If we were supposed to pay, if the Most High had us making things to Him with all these details, and it was supposed to be done the way it was asked, that's giving us an example. Remember, all Scripture is given for our, what? Our learning instructions. So it ain't just they had to follow these instructions. We all should be putting that into our mind in the way we operate. Pay attention to detail. The details wasn't given. People don't like to just talk. Something simple is like getting coffee. Hey, let me get 2 creams and a sugar. If it don't come out that way, I'm gonna know it. And you're gonna wonder why I'm mad at you. It's easy. We gotta be more attentive and make sure we pay attention to the detail.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We also see what Esau and the other nations have stolen from us, because we're talking about geometry, algebra, sciences, architect and engineering, and high craftsmanship. This is what they came and got out of that the Egyptians benefited from us. This is the same thing that they have benefited from us from all of the captivities.
Mm-hmm.
These are the people who they came and got, not people who were unlearned, running around
Right.
with bones in their nose, but people who were building cities that dwarfed the ones they did not have.
Mm-hmm.
People who knew agriculture, people who knew architecture, people who knew mathematics, people who knew linguistics. Yeah, I mean,
I ain't got it with
people
me.
who knew different phonetics.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they can get.
I ain't got it with me, but yeah, like that slave manifest from England. The it's called the Jacobites Manifesto or something. Anyway, yeah, each one, it was next to each slave on board. It would be a profession like architect, art, whatever. Like that's who they was taking captives, and it was the same with Africa. They wasn't just like even in the that book I bring out for the Islam debunking, the book Race and Slavery in the Middle East. It goes through that. Who the Muslims was going through the west coast of Africa, and they was gathering slaves, trying to conquer. Yeah, these slaves were people with skills, not just like you said. Yeah, not just cats out there with bones through their nose, running around with leaf skirts and spears. These cats was knowledgeable in the how to build cities, all the different, all different skills to have a civilization operate. Right.
And through these other nations, that the wealth and the knowledge and the understanding that the world would have had, they have stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if they never interrupted that level of intellect.
Mm-hmm.
Where would we be at today?
Yeah. Like, remember, you'll be a blessing to the nations. Sometimes, look at Jacob. Jacob was a blessing to Laban just by being there. That's why he didn't want to let him go. He didn't want to let him go because, look, I know I've been getting rich. I've went from the bottom to the top because I got him. That's why he didn't want to let him go.
It was a blessing to the first Pharaoh, and then the Pharaoh that didn't know Joseph, he decided that he wanted to kill off us because we had became numerous. You know what I mean? They had learned agriculture. They had learned linguistics from. They learned everything that they learned. They learned it from Joseph. You know what I mean? And then it got passed back to Moses, and Moses recognized that his people was being oppressed. You know what I mean? And that's why it came to what it came to.
And where would America be without the ingenuity of the so-called slaves.
Absolutely.
We were able to revolutionize the thought and the sciences in chains.
Absolutely.
Imagine a man without chains and had a right and get access to the education that was from his forefathers. We could have been, but everything that America has that is called equality or recognition to be recognized has been brought forth by slaves.
Look at the patents they put on everything that we invented. You know what I mean? Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, yeah.
And change, not a liberated mind that was free to think and to go and study further, even to further his skill sets, but limited conditions. Boxed in a room and in chains and still come out and bring up everything out of nothing.
Yeah, look what they did to George Washington. He wanted to do with a peanut, and then just to be safe around him, they castrated the man. You know what I mean? Like, they did that to this man, and he invented everything for you. The Fords got technology off of him that they still ain't released. They could have been running car on peanut oil right now. You know what I mean? Instead, they using pollution to run it. And then they never released the technology to do it. Never. Just bought the technology and took it away. You know what I mean?
When you look at the European world, nobody at large is digging through the European world looking for an eighth wonder. Because there's nothing here in Europe that was being built that wasn't being built by the Moors. Once again, us.
Yeah.
Esau was not digging up great finds of himself.
Not at all.
He's digging up the dark, and the deeper he digs, the darker he gets.
Yeah. Even when they went through the libraries in Timbuktu, they had to destroy it. Like, oh no, we can't let these Negroes know they did all this stuff. We can't let them know that they had these underground cities. But we still find out because the earth is opening up the knowledge. You know?
Yeah, speaking to that.
Oh, he got that.
Look, I just pulled up. I did a simple search. I just did a simple search and got this list pulled up. Just look at some of the inventions that are like we use every day. The air conditioning unit, by Frederick M. Jones. These are black inventions. The almanac. Yeah, so-called black people inventions. The auto cutoff switch. Baby buggy. Blood. I can't
Plasma
read.
bag.
Plasma bag. Clothes dryer. A so-called black man invented the clothes dryer. George Sampson. Even curtain rods. Like, so without us, they wouldn't have a curtain rod.
In our anger, we invented the potato chip.
Yeah.
In our anger. So some white dude was complaining about his chips. His French fries weren't cut thin enough. And a slave went back to the kitchen and shaved them real thin. And he fried them up, and some white dude liked them, and they took advantage of it and made America's favorite snack. Potato chips.
You got a young brother now who just invented our term plastic bottle.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Right?
And now he's missing.
No, they found him.
They did?
They found him. Yeah.
Figured out how to turn plastic into gasoline, so you don't have to go get gas from the gas station. He figured out how to turn plastic.
It was a former police
into
officer in Buffalo, and he had figured out how to make the engine run off of water, and he died in that shooting in Buffalo. They set it up, made it look like it was a white supremacist shooting, and then he was in the store. He just happened to be in the store, and he got killed. Just happened to be there.
My brother did that years ago.
Yeah.
Hydroponic engine, right?
Yeah.
But now they got another brother over there that's showing you how you can pull electricity off of trees.
Yeah.
Off of trees, right? You got another brother that just invented a machine that he's extrapolating clean water out of the air.
Yeah, I saw that too, and they destroyed the machine. He had it in Flint. Yep.
How many of us use this every day?
Phone.
Says cell phone.
See, this is goes to show. You
Stop talking amongst yourselves.
Shouldn't be
Separate. Separate. Scoot one end and one scoot down the other end. Move that bag out of the way. Put it between you. Excuse me. Move the bag. Put it between.
So much more potential.
Say that again.
Everybody want to be a rapper or a sports player, but we got way more potential.
Damn.
Clearly, we the innovators of this world.
Right.
Salt of the earth. They limited us to be that. That's like push. Be a rapper. Be a basketball, football player. Like that.
But they glorify it so much, and in the last days, people will be covetous. So you see on TV, everybody that got everything you covet, they rappers, they football players. So like I gotta follow that. But you could, it's so many different. If you want some things in life, there's so many different routes you could go.
And that dude is like 23, 24. That dude that created that plastiline.
Mm-hmm.
He young.
Yeah, cuz.
NASA
Let's go back.
flooded with a lot of black genius or Jacob genius.
Oh, NASA.
Yeah, they're out.
Con.
Yeah.
Dang, what I just
Yeah, they showed the movie. The first women who came up with all that. Yeah, they were
that's what I
black
was
And
women.
thinking of. Yeah.
who was it, the young lady, Jenny or something, she went up into space. She's supposed to be doing a study
Supposedly.
on the red blood on the zero gravity. But what she didn't realize is they were actually studying her. When she came back to Earth, they said that her bone structure increased in density, her red blood cells increased in oxidation, and everything. They said that when she went up into there, she went into dark matter. When people normally go up into space, they tell you have to calcium load because they say that gravity is what produces the increase of bone density, but that's not true. It was carbon. She went up into a melanated room, and her red piezo crystals frequencies resonated off the chart, and she started to reveal in her anatomy and physiology. And when she came back, we had doctors like Dr. Phil, I think Phil Valentine, who's a metaphysicist. They were dealing with her and another brother that was dealing with her, doing a study on her, and they told her to shut up and them give them more time. So Esau couldn't go. If he got into space, he couldn't live in the space because he would die. But we could.
That's interesting. Probably the greatest mineral in the world, that melanin.
Exactly.
All right. Let's get back, finish this chapter out. And damn, I really want to go 28. We ain't gonna make it 28 though. I want.
Oh, we not.
Nah, I wanted. Damn, I wanted 28. It's all good.
Oh yeah,
Pick that up next week. That's going into the garments for Aaron, the priest, and all that. But yeah, we at 27 verse 9 down to 21.
I read that.
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
you finished verse 21?
We down here somewhere.
Oh, my fault. What verse we at,
Like
y'all?
17, ain't it?
12?
We at 12?
Yeah.
Okay. And for the breadth of the court on the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits. Their pillars 10, and their sockets 10. And the breadth of the court on the east side, eastward, shall be 50 cubits. And the hangings of one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits. Their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And on the other side shall be hangings 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And for the gate of the court shall be an hanging of 20 cubits of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine twine linen wrought with needle, it's like a wrought with needlework, and their pillars shall be 4, and their sockets 4. And all the pillars round about the court shall be filled with silver. Their hooks shall be of silver, and their sockets of brass. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 everywhere, and the height 5 cubits of fine twine linen, and their sockets of brass. All the vessels of the tabernacle, and all the service thereof, and all the pins thereof, and all the pins of the court shall be of brass. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they bring the pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn always in the tabernacle of the congregation without the veil, which is before the testimony. Aaron and his sons shall order it from evening to morning before Yahweh. It shall be a statute forever unto their congregation,
to their generations.
Like on their generations, on the behalf of the children of Israel.
So, and then it said forever. This is their job forever. That's why, even though we have Christ and we're a nation of priests, kings and priests. It's like, even though that doesn't mean their job and their place is gone. That's why you even read it in Ezekiel, the prophecy of the kingdom. They got their position again. So yeah, we are a nation of priests, kings and priests, but they're still going to be the ones this is their job. They're the top priests, right? Even, and then Yahweh Shai is above them. If you want to like put an order to it, but yeah, it said forever. This is their job forever. Burn the incense, the temple, the the sacrifices, which will be back in the kingdom. So all these things, that's still their job. It's forever. Because does the Most High change? And what one of the first verses we start out with said what? That the words of Moses gave were from Yahweh. So
This also means that this does not translate over to the Catholic Church. It doesn't go to the popes, their cardinals, their stewards. It doesn't go into sage burning or any of that thing like that. It does not translate over to them. They could never sit in the seat of the Levites. Never. They could never be the nation of kings and priests. Never. It never was transferred unto them. This is the wicked taking the Most High's covenant into their mouths, doing it the way they wanted to do things.
Con. Oh, and earlier, Just Jordan said it was Julian Brown who invented that plastic galine. How you call it?
Yeah, plastiline.
Plastiline. Julian Brown, right? Young brother out of Florida, right?
From around Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
That's Yarden.
Yeah.
Shalom, Yarden.
Baruch 3 lets you know. Grab that Baruch 3:36 real quick. Baruch 3 lets us know there's a reason for that. What we see in our world today of, even though being the people that's in oppression here in America, brought here as slaves or conquered by the colonials or conquistadors, the smartest people though. You can't, all the things in this society was invented by the so-called black man, right? 3:36.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and 36. He hath found out all the way of knowledge and have given it unto Jacob, his servant, and to Israel, his beloved.
So the Most High found out all the way of knowledge, wisdom, and gave it to Jacob, to Israel. I think nobody else even reads.
No, that's in there.
That's in another verse though. That's up before, but either way, he gave wisdom and knowledge to Jacob. So you wonder why so-called black man invents everything that's of importance in society, even though being on the bottom, it's another way to see who the children of Jacob are.
Salakia, we can start up in verse 35, and it says, "This is our power, and there shall none other be counted of in comparison of him. He hath found out all the way of knowledge and have given it unto Jacob his servant and to Israel his beloved."
All the way of knowledge. So it only makes sense. Who's inventing everything? Children of Israel. That's who's inventing everything. But it's 4:30. We go ahead and close out.
We are Hebrew Chosen Elect. We fellowship here in Wilmington, Delaware. If you would like to get up and fellowship with us, you can hit me on Facebook at Brandon Daniels, on Facebook.com, Yakana Makabi Yasha'Allah, or you can hit Brother Gamari up at We Are Israel at Gamari Yashurala on Facebook.com. You can watch our older videos here on Hebrew HCE, Red Pill Reality, or HCE Reloaded here on YouTube, or you can watch some of our older lessons, and we share scriptures daily and other material on the Rise of the Chosen on Facebook.com. If you'd like to give any alms or free will offers, you can give them at hashtag Hebrew Chosen Elect on Cash App. You can give what's willing, nothing is required of you. Can give what's willing of your heart, anything that will help our ministry. Your funding will go to flyers, our missions, or anything that we had to do according to Scripture. In the name of Yahweh Shah, to put forth His works. And with that, I would say shalom.
Shalom.
Hum Yasharallah.
Hum Yasharallah.
Hum Yasharallah. Hum Yasharallah. Hum Yasharallah. Ba'ashim Mashiach Yahweh Shah.
Shalom.